Remember what you said. The pen wrote everything down. This is before you, I, or anything was even created. It wrote. If it wrote on the 7th of April 2032, you were gonna go to hell. If that's what it wrote, that's what's gonna happen. You know that, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. There's nothing within this life once you get here that you can change to change that. It's written. It's sealed. So everything you are doing that the pen's written is just leading up to that point. He said, Allah created the pen, yeah?
That's right.
And the pen was supposed to write everything from the beginning to the
until the day of judgment. Not the verse.
So
that's tafsir.
Okay.
But I have no problem with believing that.
So
pen has written everything from the beginning.
So then that means there's no free will now.
What free will has to do with it?
If everything's written, you ain't got free will.
Is that what your point is? Shall I reply?
Yeah.
Okay. Now our Lord, if you don't believe in God, do you believe in God?
No.
Okay. If anybody believes in God, they believe at least that God has a knowledge of the past and the future and everything. He has a knowledge of everything.
Okay.
So we believe Muslim, God has a knowledge of everything. Before He created me, He knew exactly what I'd be doing today, what I'll be talking. And if He wrote that before my birth, if He wrote that I'll be talking this because of His knowledge, I'm not talking because He wrote it. Because I was saying it, that's why He wrote it. So when the pen wrote everything.
Hang on, so your will came before God's then?
No, in His knowledge, my words existed.
No, remember, the pen wrote everything down.
I existed, you existed.
Remember what you said. The pen wrote everything down. This is before you, I, or anything was even created. It wrote. If it wrote on the 7th of April 2032, you were gonna go to hell. If that's what it wrote, that's what's gonna happen. You know that, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. There's nothing within this life once you get here that you can change to change that. It's written. It's sealed. So everything you are doing that the pen's written is just leading up to that point. You may think, oh, I'm here today and I can say X, Y, and Z, but all you're doing is leading to that point. That means it's not your will, my friend. That's the will of the pen.
So that rules out the test.
That rules out free will, bro. That's the will of the pen, bro.
No test, gone. Test is finished.
You are on the wrong end of the stick.
Okay.
What I'm just trying to say here,
we've got a pen
our Lord, who has the knowledge of the future, He has the knowledge of everything. In His knowledge, He gave me the choice. He knows He's going to give everybody choice, but this person's going to judge this path, this person's going to judge this path. So He asked the pen, write it. Not that I'm doing it because He wrote it. He written it down because He knew, He has the knowledge of the future. So we can't blame Him that He wrote it. He only wrote it because He knew that's going to happen.
No.
So this is His
you
knowledge.
Can't have choices.
No,
you misunderstood.
I could have taken path A, path B,
but He knows which path.
No,
but He knows the path.
Can I say something?
But He knows the path.
My Lord has the knowledge of the path I never even took.
Yes.
Do you understand?
What do you mean?
You never even took.
Look, I am a Muslim, yeah?
There's only one path.
No.
How many paths you got?
I know. There's a path of Christianity. There's a path of Buddhism.
So you could have been.
Your path. I'm talking about that path.
I'm saying, so you could have been a Christian then.
I'm
saying, how many paths do you as an individual have? How many paths do you have?
God has given me choices.
No, how many paths do you have?
I know.
One.
Can be many paths.
The pen already wrote it. You have one path, and on the 7th of April 2037,
you misunderstand.
That's when you're meeting your fate.
You misunderstand, bro. What I'm saying that my God's knowledge is like this. Even I never be Christian, I never be Buddhist.
You will never. You say you
I believe. I believe that.
You can never say never. You know.
With the pen.
We have to check with the pen. That's true. You don't know what Allah's written in the book.
You got to check with the pen.
You don't know what has been written.
You don't know.
Made the statement. That's a claim.
Check in with that pen.
I'm going to
repeat. I never, and if I never sue me for that. I never be Christian. I never be.
So you know your future now?
No, I'm not saying my future.
Yes, you are. You said you will never. So you have never been, or you will never be.
No, what is my future then?
No, I'm sorry. I might have misunderstood.
No, because I'm so firm in my belief.
Yes.
At this point, where I'm standing, at this point, I can say I'll never be anything but Muslim.
No, you have never been anything but Muslim.
No, I can. I will.
You will never be anything Muslim.
Oh, you will never.
That means you're telling people you know your future.
You have to check in with the pen. You don't know what you're going to be.
I can
check in with the pen, my friend.
I can say for myself anything.
The pen knows everything.
Do you understand that there have been Muslims who have converted to Christianity?
Talking pen.
Do you understand that?
I think you let me finish my point first.
No, but what I'm trying to say,
no, you can't. And
they probably would have said, I will never, ever be a Christian. However, now they're a Christian.
Brother.
So you can't say you will never be a
Brother,
Christian.
you are right of saying that. That's why we.
You can only
That's,
say, you can only
no,
say
that's the
his mind right now.
Look,
Exactly.
It's in
that
your
is
mind
that is the
today.
reason, that's the difference between human and God. As a human, I don't know the future, but I can say right now, my God knows exactly where
Yes,
I'm going to be.
but you don't.
So that's why I'm a human being. But I can still make a statement and say, I will never be anything but Muslim. I can say that. Otherwise, what's the point of me saying that, you know what, I'm not sure I might be Christian. What kind of a belief I have? If I have a belief in Islam,
But that's
is
what a
it
belief
true?
is. A belief is a subjective.
And your belief can be firm. And my
No, but your belief can change, that's what
My
I'm saying.
belief is firm right now that I believe that Islam is the right path.
That's your
and if
conviction,
Islam,
that's your personal
and if
I agree
Islam
with
is
you.
right, why would I think of any other religion? In that way, I'm saying that.
Okay.
Right,
you
right.
can say that. I shouldn't
Okay,
say.
okay.
Well, I'm just saying that this. For example, I never become anybody other than Muslim, anything other than Muslim.
Okay.
But I have been preached by Christians, become Christian and all that. And if I have chosen the Christian path, which I will never, I believe, my God knows right now, if I have chosen that path, what I would have lived the life. Even that would
Can I grab
never
one, bro?
exist. That thing never exists. But it is in the knowledge of my Lord.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm sorry about that. I don't deliver it.
This is way open this up for.
It happened from God. That's written. That's written. That's written.
Thank you.
There you are.
Depend on
That's
it.
sweet.
So I'm just saying it. My God has a knowledge of the unseen, and not only knowledge of the unseen, He has the knowledge which
Did he see
never,
that?
which
I
never,
think he
which
did.
never even occur, which can never happen. He even having the knowledge of that. This is my Lord, and this is how we understand the knowledge of God. So in that understanding, we know what He's asked the pen to write it. He write it because He can see the future. In front of God, there's a past,
nice one, bro.
there's a present, and there's a future right in front of Him.
You-
So who stopped Him to write what He can see is going to happen in the future? It's not Him to blame because if I done wrong, because He knew I was going to do wrong, so I have it written down. He gave me the free will, but in that free will, He knew how I'm going to use that free will, so He asked the pen to write it.
But what's the
So
point
the
of giving
will
you the
was-
free will? It's not free. It's
How
not
you
free.
didn't understand that?
No.
Brother, that was His knowledge. That was-
Ali, we do. Ali. Ali, no.
Every dog that barks. Brother, don't mention it. Brother, wallahi, you're making brother, are they decent people to speak to? Do they listen to you?
Brother, if I don't speak to them, then they might create more
Did we
fitna.
not
They
have an
might create more
agreement? Actually,
fitna.
we have brothers here. Didn't we have an agreement not to talk to them? Actually, they're causing fitna. They're lying. They're throwing at the Prophet. Why are we speaking to them? Wallahi, for the sake of Allah.
He's explaining properly.
Allah, I beg you. I beg you.
He's up to you.
I beg you.
If you're managing,
Brother, I really respect you, brother. So let me go. But if I leave right now, they will say something else.
Okay.
Jazakumullah
Are you doing this for
khair.
Allah?
Yeah, I am.
Let them talk. Let them talk.
Just 1 minute. But I can't.
You're doing it for the sake of Allah. Who cares what anyone thinks? Who cares what anyone thinks?
Brother, if I leave right now, then they will say we Muslims. I have no answer.
Brother,
We have no answer.
You're doing it for the sake of Allah, yeah?
Yes.
What does it matter what they
He
think?
goes.
No, Muhammad peace be upon him has spoken to the worst people. They were
Been on the camera. They've always been on the camera. Has it well been on the camera?
and they're going to use
Ignore
again.
their agenda. Just please ignore them. Wallahi, I'm asking you.
because he's making fun about the whale and the dunya in on top of a fish.
Please ignore them. Wallahi,
Just 5 more minutes. Just 5 more minutes.
Please.
Okay, let me at least go.
Say bye.
I'm so sorry. I'm not
No, no,
but
no
my
problem.
Muslim brother are just
Yeah, I
thinking
know, I know, I
they
know.
think that you might using the video
How
against me and all
convenient,
that.
but we know.
Yeah, but maybe in the future I will know.
Yeah,
I know.
but the pen knows.
The pen knows.
The pen knows. The pen knows.
If you wanna watch the debate between me and him, go to my channel. Night.
Okay, I respect.
Pen. Ali, pen. Pen. He has to laugh.